Picture this, you're at a flea market and you spot an old weathered logo that you really like. It's textured and perfect and full of character. I'm Steven Overturf, and today I'm going to be walking you through how I design a vintage badge logo. For this design, I'm going with more of a hexagonal shape with a triangle in the center. The key is choosing a shape, then adjusting the layout and type to fit what you want to include. Once the shape is in place, I like to start adding my type. I'm placing text at the top of the badge and along the two sides. On the left and right sides, I create lines that follow the same angle as the badge shape. I make a copy of that line, flip it horizontally, then use the Type on Path tool to add my text and adjust the sizing from there. Choosing the right font is important here. I'm looking for something with a lot of character, something bold enough to communicate that vintage surf shop feel. Everything needs to have a clear role and remain legible. From here, I start fine-tuning spacing and alignment. I'm adjusting the scale of the type and nudging elements so everything feels balanced within the badge. This part is all about feel, making sure nothing feels too tight or too loose, and that the badge reads clearly at different sizes. Now I'll start filling in some of that extra space. I've already illustrated this octopus, which is going to be the centerpiece of the badge. It anchors the whole design and adds personality right away. From there, I'll layer in smaller details where it makes sense. These supporting elements help balance the layout and really sell the surf shop identity. I'm adding seashells into the corners and established date at the bottom where I have some extra room. With the layout working, I'll start to add my color. This is where the badge really starts to come alive. I'm not overthinking it. I'm placing color where it feels right and making sure everything still feels cohesive. At this point, the vector artwork is finished and ready to be textured. Now I'll bring that illustration into Photoshop. I start by creating a 1080 by 1080 document. Then I copy my vector artwork from Illustrator and paste it into Photoshop as a smart object. To set the background, I add a solid fill color using the adjustment layer icon in the layers panel. For texture, I like to keep things non-destructive. I create a mask on my vector layer and place the texture inside that layer mask. This ensures that my original artwork doesn't change. There's no single right way to do this. It's about finding the balance that feels right for the design and works for you. I'm using this driftwood texture here. For my final adjustments, I'm rotating the badge slightly and stepping back to see how it feels as a whole. This is where I focus on making the badge feel as authentic as possible. Now my little vintage badge is ready to use for various graphics. Hopefully this gives you a solid starting point for your own badge designs. If you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to like this video, comment, subscribe, and stick around for more instructional design content.